Hi everyone, today let's talk about what actually makes someone a good backend developer. We're not talking about the titles or the tools they use, but the actual skills that matter in real projects. So a good backend developer is not someone that knows many languages. It's actually someone who can build systems that work, systems that stay stable, and systems that are easy to use. So first, let's look at what makes a good developer, a good backend developer. So the first point would be that a good backend developer understands how data works. So you must know how to store data, how to read data, how to update data, and how to protect that data. So if your data is messy, then your whole app becomes messy. I cannot overemphasize this. To show that you're a good backend developer, it's very important that you maintain the integrity of data. You are able to save it, you're able to store it, read it, update it, and protect that data responsibly. So another way to show a good backend developer is to show that you understand APIs. So APIs are how the front end talks to the back end. So if your API is confusing, if it's slow, or if it breaks easily, then the front end will definitely suffer. So a good backend developer builds APIs that are very simple, that are very clear, and are predictable. Next, another way to show a good backend developer is to show that you actually care about performance. You don't just write code because you want it to work in a specific way, but you write code that actually works. So you write code that works fast, and you write code that works well. You think about how long requests take, how much memory is being used whenever a request is being made, and how many users can connect at once. So fourthly, you also think about security. You never trust user input. You actually do your own validation. I've seen many cases where some backend developers just rely on the front end doing the validation, but that shouldn't be the case for a good backend developer. You need to protect passwords, tokens, user data, API endpoint. So a good backend developer always asks this question: what if someone tries to break this? I think if you have that at the forefront of every code that you write, you definitely will factor in writing good code, writing clean code. So next, another way to show you're a good backend developer is that you write clean code. It's very important that people are able to read your code. So clean code is one that people can read, that other people can fix, and that you can understand after months. Messy code is really expensive. You want to be able to put someone else on your code. Someone sees it and they know exactly what it's doing. So another point is that you understand databases. You know when to use SQL and you know when to use NoSQL. You know how to design tables. You know how to write good queries, how to avoid slow operations. These are all because at the end of the day, most APIs connect to the database. That is how we store the data. That's how we manage user data. We save it on the DB. So you need to be able to know when to use the best type of database with your API. So next, another way to show this is that you know how to debug. Something would always break, and you want, as a developer, to know that when something breaks, you don't panic. You're able to troubleshoot where the error or where the issue might be coming from. So you check the logs, you're able to check errors, you're able to understand the data, and you're able to fix the problems calmly. It's very important sometimes that you stay calm whenever some of these errors happen, whenever you face errors, because the answer is always within the error logs. Next, as a good backend developer, you need to learn how to communicate well. You need to learn to talk clearly with front-end developers, with designers, as well as your teammates, because at the end of the day, a backend developer does not work alone. So finally, a good backend developer keeps learning. Technology is always changing. As a matter of fact, most of the things that you might have seen in some videos, tutorial videos years ago, might not apply today, because there is always something better. There's always something changing. Technology is always changing. So you don't need to know everything. You just need to keep improving, and because this is very important to stay up to date with the trends. So if you want to be a good backend developer, you need to focus on your data. We need to focus on APIs, on performance, on security, writing clean code. You need to focus on databases, debugging, and also communication, because these are all just skills and things that you need to know generally to be able to make yourself a well-rounded good developer. So these skills matter more than any framework, and if you can master these, your backend will definitely be strong, stable, and trusted, and that is exactly what makes a good backend developer. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.